I just realized I hadn't even started a video yet. I don't know what it is out here now, but at 5 o'clock it was 27 degrees. I didn't shut water off last night, but I did check the extra faucets on by the cow trough. They were not frozen. Little whiteness here and there. That's what I'm going to let you see before I grab breakfast. And no new babies. Go figure. Morning. Blakely.
Good morning.
Can you say good morning?
Yeah, on the cow.
Okay.
She's looking for a
Lid
lid to a little food packet, little pouch, so that he doesn't get to it. Becky set it on the table and then Blakely picked it up, but Blakely doesn't know where she put it. Hi, buddy. Yeah, looking for something so you don't get it in your mouth, because you don't need stuff in your mouth, huh? It's a nice thing about that. It's hard for him to reach things that he shouldn't have. And she's just going to turn the house upside down looking for it, because she doesn't know what she did with it. Got a trim piece. I'd rather trim a little off than have to try to add to it. It is in there pretty snug. Unfortunately, I saw the farther I can clamp it, so I got to lean on it up there or put something in and block it from above. My notch come out close enough. At first I thought I was going to have to trim it. I thought I was hanging up. I thought, no, I should have 1/8 or 3/16 inch of room to wiggle. No, it was my blocks. They are now shifted. It hasn't fallen off of them, and it better not, because I'm going to be inside there, and that's going to hurt. Get that piece hopefully welded to something that'll weld to. That rusty stuff, even though I've already tried to clean it up, it ain't very clean. And I took that to it before I trimmed that, because I wasn't sure how much was scale and how much wasn't. Got some pretty good sized chunks off. Like that one in the middle of the screen and the 3 or 4 next to it, those all came off up in that corner. Had a few fly out at me. The guy dropped by the other piece he had, which is, it's going to fill part of that back. It's a wee short, but that's okay. It's that much less I have to find, because it doesn't matter if it's got a splice in it back there. The floor, I don't want to have a splice, at least this way. So fire the welder up and put my mask on, because it's going to be nasty. And see if I can burn the crud out of myself. I'll probably even put my leathers on for this, just because I don't feel like poking a bunch of holes in my shirt. Oh, there's that much. It's fugly. Here, I'll zoom you in a little more. Some of that don't look the best, but keep in mind what I'm going against. And I blew a few holes in that pitted piece. The ends, we don't even talk about how those will look, because all this stuff does is pop and sputter and pop and sputter and pop and sputter. And oh yeah, on that joint I blew a couple holes in it too. But this side of that is now welded. While it's in this position, I'm going to put the gusset in the middle, I think. It's easier to do it now. And I need to get the end plates on the inside. And that's going to be fun too. Why? Because, well, all that nice looking stuff back there, anything that manure has penetrated, soaked in, whatever, it don't like to weld. It really doesn't. Now, some will say, oh my God, those are ugly. Yeah, they are. Here, I'll be the first one to admit it. But you see all that crap splattered? That's from all the popping, and there is no way to stop it from popping. And if you're doing it with a stick, it ain't no better. You just burn through instead of welding. There's a nice looking spot there. It's stuck, it just doesn't look like it. So, you can see some of my finer work. And yes, there is a little, and it's gonna be. Even putting gusset in the middle of that is not gonna do anything for that. And part of that kind of swings back to whatever happened there. I don't know how much of that was from the last repair and how much was from they did something and it popped that out and brought the floor up. But I'm going to grab some lunch, and by then this will be cool enough that I can lay farther in there and figure the gusset out. And yes, it's still talking. It's been talking the whole time. I don't remember the last part you saw, but that's patching that hole. A little piece of 1x4-ish, patching a hole in the floor. That piece, yes, it has holes in it. I gotta weld the hole shut, but that's gonna patch that up. Then I still have to put a piece there and a piece there, then tip it over and weld it. And I figured part of my issue, I've burnt through 2 wire tips. The old one, of course, I expected to have issues. When you're welding on this crap, everything pops back and you get a piece of little dingle ball actually wedge in against the wire, or it'll melt the wire back up into the tip. But the first one, it ended up with something in it. Second one ended up with something in it. And none of this has been like I expected. Piece that together, that's the piece that came off of that end. Fit there nicely, gets up and supports this. And I thought that was a right angle. I was mistaken on that. Actually, the piece I trimmed off of that one is filling in there. From 0 at this end to almost 1.5 inches at the other end. I mean, looking at it, sure looks like a right angle. And when I held that hunk of triangle up against the outside of it, it was a right angle. So I don't know what the heck. And he already called me, "Oh, you done yet?" No. I didn't even have that finished welding in yet. Anyway, part of the issue I was having was, I think, some little fingers played with that dial. I usually run at 3, and then 3.5 if you're trying to cruise fast on thin stuff. It was up at about 4.5. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've shoved a hell of a lot of wire in here. That gap at the back, that's minimum of an eighth inch thick and basically a 1/2 inch wide. That's a lot of wire all the way across. But that's what you got to do on something like this, because you got to try to bridge the bad spots. That's what makes it so much fun. But no, I wasted the second tip. I was actually working on the clean stuff. Here, let me back you back off. I had about half of that seam done when it buggered up. And I changed tip again, and it was still, I mean, very few of the welds on this look like something I normally do. Part of that, obviously, is because of, you know, the shit impregnated material. But that, oops, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. That across the top there looks better than most of what's on here. That's after I figured the wire speed out. And I blew through probably 5 or 6 spots along that weld. That's how thin it is. He's talking about, oh yeah, well next time. No, I don't think there's going to be a next time. If there's going to be a next time, it's going to be a new bucket. Because I was going to use, in fact I cut one. That's the stuff that come off that bale grapple we picked up at the auction. And it's heavier, and it's got a curve, it's got a bow in it, which is kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. And I don't know if it's powder coat on it or what kind of paint, but it didn't want to cut with the plasma worth a darn, and usually it'll cut through paint without any trouble. But my plan was to use it and come up and then follow that up to about there. And same thing on that side. Like, no, it's not worth it because there's not enough meat behind it anymore. I'm almost tempted to not do anything across the back because I'm at the point of why. I mean, it's solid coming down. The angle iron's solid. That piece is welded good to the angle iron on the back side. That part's still all solid. It's just what's below that weld that's gone. Oh yeah, you like my cord holder? That's how I got the one light hanging. So anyway, that was my break. And now I can lay down, and that's going to be another half an hour of fun just getting that piece welded in without making too big a mess. There's this side. Ty helped me get it flipped over. Now she's going to take off, of course. Weld all the way across there. Cut a chunk to go back through there. It had pieces across there, but I don't know that I'm not gonna use that heavy material. If I do, I probably will put something there. But yeah, no, I still got a lot of welding to do. This won't be solid, doesn't need to be, but it's gonna have some pretty good weld on it anyway. She ain't pretty, but she's done. And then I figured my time, and I didn't even figure the little bit of materials that I supplied, just shop rate, and I went, ouch. I mean, he's a good customer. I don't want to hammer him that hard. So he got a considerable discount, and he says, you know, when you guys built me that bucket, it was $500. And it was. I mean, that was the materials and building the bucket originally. And he says, then when I had to have you rebuild it the last time, it was $500. And I don't remember what all we did last time, but, you know, it's obvious we did that. And I think we did do this portion of it. And I know we did some of this because they had it wore clear off. I know the middle was wore clear off. And he says, oh God, and this time it's a $1,500 to rebuild it. That's not all me though. That's the materials he bought too. And even I said, I'm not that mean, so he come in less than $1,500 by a bit. So if there's a next time, it's pretty much going to be cut that off and replace the whole front. I don't know what else to do. Or like I told him, yeah, see if you can find a bulk bucket and we set it up, because they make them. They're expensive as hell. But if you find a used one, like I told him, there's a used one that a seed outfit down in the valley has on Marketplace. I've come across that out a few times and looked and thought, But it's lightweight, which he needs lightweight. It's also probably twice this size, if not bigger. You know, grass seed's light. That's what they use it for, is feeding the seed plant or loading trucks. But you know, they want $2,000 for it. It's probably not much newer than this one. It's just in better shape. So anyway, that's my day. I'm going to go in. He says he'll be here in the morning. He's busy right now, so well, that's fine with me. I'm going to go in and take a shower. And in the morning, we'll load it up in his trailer. His trailer's sitting down there. I'm going to show that to you. It is a cute little trailer. He says it's so light it's not funny, and if you want to move it, you just move it. All aluminum. Ramps on it. He uses it for his side-by-side and four-wheelers. Mission trailers. I mean, he could leave it here. I'd use it. Too bad it's not big enough to carry that skid steer on. Oh well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a great Friday. Hope everybody has a great Saturday. And we'll leave you with the moon.